Each brand has a problem and it needs a story to tell when they come to us in order to solve their problems. Basically, two sides, the brand side, the CGI studio side in our case. Hi everyone, I'm Ivan, my partner, founder at Tailors Animation Studio, mood-driven content creators for agencies, brands, entertainment, and gaming. Once a year, we as a studio started to work more directly with the brands. And that's been a shift that's kind of logical in a sense because we were all there for 13 years and we work with different studios, agencies in different ways. And from our experience, what was the best for us and for the final client was the situations where we work directly with the brand. You get to talk more closely to the decision makers. You get to hear them and understand their needs. Before we restarted our studio, and that's pretty much like every start is when you chase the visuals and the work for your portfolio and you care less about the client. And the client is basically the person that gets to pay the things, but not only that, it's the person that gets to use what you make in order to sell it to their clients or to other businesses. You should pretty much care more about what you do for whom you do. Once we felt that shift and we started thinking, we were able to understand their needs more, better, and more transparently and more honestly. So nowadays, when we work with the brand, we try to ask as many questions as we can in the start in order to understand their problem. Each brand has a problem and it needs a story to tell when they come to us in order to solve their problems. Basically, two sides, the brand side, the CGI studio side. In our case, we don't speak the same language. We have a language of CGI studio and they have a language of their brand and maybe marketing problems. So it's an experience and learning process of understanding each other, and that's why we are there to help to invest time in talking to brand and understanding their needs and their problems. So by asking questions and feeling the brand's problems, we are better in solving them. One of the experience we have with working with directly with the watches brand, we tend to ask them what is their experience in the past in a way what worked for them and what didn't work for them. Because getting those answers, we can easily avoid the mistakes they already make. So we can use this in order to not do it again if it didn't work. For example, watches brand sell best if they show their product early in the stage and also with a feature product in the majority of the frame of the image. So that's one example what improves with for the watch brand and what to talk to them and asking those questions currently. Different brands obviously have different needs and different products. One of the important aspects is to be aware of the emotion and feelings they want to cause at their audience. So for example, we can have funny brands, goofy brands, we can have traditional brands and serious brands. Speaking of the watches industry, if you're going to have, for example, brand is watch. They are more youth-oriented, so they should be playful and colorful and fun. But on the other hand, we can have a traditional watches brand that should feel more elegant and premium. So it's totally different case studies and totally different brands, even though it's one industry and one niche. One of the things that we often advise and support and we are strong in is also the use of the characters within the campaigns or mascots, because there are some research that said that audience is more likely to fall in love with a character or mascot than with the simple logo or appeal of a brand. Plenty of brands decided to use mascots or cute little animals to develop their campaign. And that's one of the points where we are really strong is developing characters and stories around characters where we can use them in a way that we can drive the evolutions of the viewer in an easier way in terms of depthing and likeness. But of course, it's technically more complicated, but that's something we are really good at. So depending on the brand also, we can create stylized experience or more realistic experience. In general, we have the span of working from different stylizations or realistic looks in order to deliver the best for the brands. The final win between the brand and us as an agency is if we can marry their goals and our visual standards standards, which are really, really high. So if we fulfill what brand needs, whatever that may be from their experience, and what we bring with our expertise, usually brought the best of both worlds and brought the valuable assets for the client to use within their domains. So beautiful, imaginary story well told, and something that can drive emotion with their audience. Thanks for watching. Hit me up on the LinkedIn if you like this content and you want more. Please subscribe and let's keep in touch.